Well, hello. Today I'd like to talk about setting a bridge or resetting a bridge on a nyckelharpa. And this is something where if you are a regular nyckelharpa player, over time as you tighten up the strings to tune the instrument, the bridge will often tip forward a little bit. And every once in a while the bridge gets bumped. So because of the way the key box is set up, you really need to have the bridge in the right place for all the notes to stay in tune on the instrument. So every once in a while you have to reset the bridge. Now the nyckelharpa that we're looking at today is a 4-road viola range nyckelharpa. It's brand new. I put strings on it yesterday, so it has not had the bridge set yet. But this is the same size of instrument as what a Swedish standard nyckelharpa typically is. That saying that the distance between the nut or the saddle and the bridge should be 400 millimeters. So nyckelharpas are metric, so you're going to need either a metric ruler or a stick that is the correct length. So here's one example of a metric ruler, which is here's another one that I actually found in a fabric store in the United States. It's got inches on one side, millimeters on the other. The one I use the most in the shop is actually this one, which again, millimeters on one side and inches on the other. Some builders can provide you with a stick that is the correct length, and this is a stick that is 400 millimeters long, so that it becomes easy to plop it down here and see that, oh, I've got a gap down here of a couple millimeters between the stick and the bridge, so the bridge is not in the correct place here. And I can check both sides. So if you can see where that's, it should be right against the bridge, but there's a couple millimeter gap there. So what we need to do is we need to be able to move the bridge over. Now, because you got 16 strings on the bridge, it's being held in place pretty solidly. So what we need is something that's got a little bit of heft to it. I've got an old woodworking chisel here that I've wrapped some tape around as padding. And what I do is I just come in here and I hit just underneath the strings. And I'm closer. See, this side is kind of there, but the other side is... And I do a little bit at a time here. Just a little bit more on this side. And over here by the A string, I went a little too far, so I'm going to back up. So that gets me, I got a little bit too far right there too, so I'm going to, so that gets the top of the bridge where it should be. The two other things to pay attention to with the bridge is that the angle between the bridge and this side of the body towards the tail piece should be a right angle or a 90-degree angle. And the way I check this is I get my wallet out and I pull out one of these pieces of plastic that the bank sends us. And you can put it down here, and I can tell that there's a little bit of an open crack at the top, not at the bottom, and that tells me that I need to move the feet over just a little bit. I'm going to check this side of the bridge. Move that foot just a little bit. And then the other thing that you need to do is the feet of the bridge should be centered between the F holes, and this side is a little bigger than that side, so I'm just going to come on this side, push with my thumb so that they're about the same. And now that sets the bridge where it should be for this instrument. Now, as far as where to get metric rulers, like I said, fabric stores sometimes have them, or office supply stores have them. In Europe, it's real easy to get the metric rulers. In the United States, it's a little hit and miss sometimes. This particular ruler that I really like happens to have come from the company Woodcraft, which is a company that they have stores in most larger cities that are aimed at people who do woodworking, but they do have a website as well. And this is a 24-inch ruler is what they sell it as, but the back side of it is a very nice metric gauge. So that's what it takes to reset a bridge.